Sooner fans, Longhorn Nation, welcome to episode 200 of the Bevo Podcast, the only podcast exclusively dedicated to covering the greatest rivalry in college football, the University of Texas, and the University of Oklahoma. I'm here with my man, Kevin Miller. I am John Whitson. Kevin, listen, dude, we've been doing this show for 3 years.
3 years.
And this show has allowed me to expunge my feelings before and after every game. I feel like it's helped me be a little more level and not so dependent on the activities of 22 and 21 and 20-year-old kids on a football field.
How about 18-year-old kids?
18-year-old kids. I've been more mature. I'm willing to understand that it doesn't all revolve around football. But then this week hits, right?
It's different.
And it just hits different. And my soul, my identity, my very being is going to be defined by who wins this game on Saturday. And that's pathetic and awesome all at the same time.
Correct, yeah. It's a very vulnerable position to be in.
It's a very vulnerable position to be in because it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter.
No.
It's a random football game. Dallas, Texas, whatever. It does matter. It matters to me. It matters to you. It matters to everybody that showed up today at the Chicken Shack. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. If you're watching, you should have been here. If you're listening, Kevin, I think the question everybody wants to ask, and let's just start it off right from the top. Do you think John Mateer is playing tomorrow?
I do think John Mateer is playing. Yes.
100%.
Yeah, I feel really good about that. Not that he's playing, but that he will play. You know, I just don't see, if this guy can grip a football, there is no way he misses this game. There's no way.
I think he knows. We talked about this on Sunday. I think he knows this is a legacy game. Yes. I think he knows if he wants to win the Heisman Trophy, if he wants to be the number one draft pick in the country, whatever those goals are, it runs through Dallas, Texas.
Correct. And here's the thing. We have players who historically aren't known as great players, but they have a legacy based on what they did in this game. Case McCoy, case in point.
That was a terrible game.
Yes.
Was that 2013?
Yeah, well, it was great for us. Yes.
That was one of the stupidest OU Texas games in the history of OU Texas.
That was probably the first time I've ever thought that Stoops did not have OU ready to play.
No.
I mean, Texas was not very good. Mac was on his way out.
Getting fired.
He was on his way out.
He already knew it was his last year.
And just smacked him. Game was never close.
That was a. You're right, because Stoops had him ready to play almost every other year.
Yeah.
Stoops had him ready to go almost every other year, but he was not doing what he needed to do that year. All right. I think Mateer's playing. It sounds like all this subterfuge that OU's doing, whether it's practicing inside or making comments about he's not going up good against good, I think we would know at this point. And I kind of think the dude's from Little Elm, Texas. He wants to be out there. He wants to mix it up. Honestly, as an OU fan, I think we have to have him to win.
I think so, too. I know you guys like Michael Hawkins.
I don't know that if I like that might be a strong word. I think Michael Hawkins is a good backup quarterback.
Yeah. This is not a backup quarterback game.
This is not a backup quarterback game.
No, not at all. And the thing about Mateer is he inspires the entire team, right? The emotional lift that you'll get from just seeing him run out on the field first snap. Texas definitely got to be ready for it.
Look, I think they love Michael Hawkins. And we've seen him do some things. If you remember Auburn last year flipping over the guy and the long 50-yard run, I think they're endeared to Michael Hawkins, but he's not John Mateer. He doesn't have whatever that is.
Yeah, it's a presence, and in addition to what he does on the field, right? The things he can do, throwing the football, running the football, it's the lift that he brings, the belief that he instills in the entire football team.
The other major storyline is who's taking the snaps opposite him, Arch Manning. Let me ask you this. Does Arch have that it factor that John Mateer does?
I think he does.
You're out of your mind. Yeah. It is insane. We're 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and you're already talking nonsense.
Look, man.
Arch Manning is throwing balls in the dirt, Kevin. Arch Manning cannot complete a pass from me to you, and you're telling me he has the it factor that John Mateer does.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely. Don't sleep on Arch. He's just getting started. The best is yet to come.
What do you think about the New York Times article that called him an abject failure?
I wouldn't know. I didn't read it.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever read.
I saw the headline. I'm like, it's not a serious article.
He's a good college quarterback.
Yes.
He might not be a Heisman Trophy winner. He's not a Heisman Trophy winner this year.
No, of course not. No.
Do you think he's going to be a great quarterback?
Absolutely.
I think the jury's out.
Agreed.
I think the jury's out.
This isn't me projecting here, but I think he's going to be a great quarterback. He is not a great quarterback now, and everybody had these unrealistic expectations of him that he was just going to show up and win the Heisman and be the best player in all of college football. When I don't know where that came from. I never thought that. I told you I think Arch might struggle, especially early in the season. I told you
listen, dude, every Texas fan is trying to say I told you so at this point.
Did I not tell you that?
I don't remember.
Of course you don't.
I can't remember one show to the next, Kevin. You want me to really expect what you're saying about Arch Manning?
I will go back and find the tape.
I think we need some tape because I think you were in love with Arch Manning. I think you want to marry him and have like 10,000 of his babies.
Okay.
I would probably deal with that with John Mateer. I'm not going to lie. But anyway, no, I think, look, dude, here's the deal with Arch. Is your offensive line going to protect him?
It doesn't look likely. We have to come up with a game plan and get the ball out quickly. We have the receivers to be able to do it. Here's the thing. If we can protect, this guy can make big-time NFL level throws. We've seen it this season. We've seen it.
Against who?
It's caught.
He made a good one against Florida. He made a couple good throws
against Florida. Yes, yeah. And that's under heavy duress. He's stepping up in the pocket. I am happy where Arch is headed.
Yeah.
The Florida game, I thought he played well. The game got away from us. We're having to play hero ball because there's absolutely no run game to speak of so far. So it's all on him. And that's not where you want a young, inexperienced quarterback to be, but that's where we are.
That's where I draw the line at the excuse making for Arch, is calling him inexperienced. He is a 3-year player in the system, man. He's older than John Mateer. He's older than John Mateer.
That's why
I can't call him inexperienced. He's a Manning, for goodness sake.
You can't call him young. I didn't say young. I said inexperienced. He's like 6 starts.
What are we talking about?
That's inexperience.
Baker in 6 starts, won 6 games. One was 6-0 at Texas Tech.
Well, yeah. We destroyed Baker though. His first year in the Cotton Bowl, right? Like he still wasn't ready.
That was an awkward game in 2015.
It really was.
That was a weird game all the way around.
He was awesome. But that's what I'm saying. And I don't know, Texas Tech. It's a whole different situation.
Yeah.
No one's expecting anything out of Baker Mayfield. He's a walk-on.
Right.
This guy has all the pressure in the world that comes from external sources.
Don't you think this is like the classic OU Texas matchup where you've got this figure in Arch that is bigger than life? He's a superstar just because of who he is and where he comes from. 5-star, all the expectations, all the pressure. And then over here, you got a guy that had one D1 offer from Washington State.
Correct, yeah.
I mean, that's so OU Texas. I don't even know what else is. And I will give you this. Oklahoma's fared pretty good in those matchups.
Yeah. I mean,
Oklahoma has fared really, really well in those matchups.
Both teams have had that kind of guy.
What was Case? Case he?
Case was a 3-star quarterback, just like his brother was.
Colt was a 3-star quarterback? You know, Sammy B was too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. That's amazing that those Case played like a 3-star outside of the one game. Outside of the one game he beat us.
And we remember it.
Yeah.
Right. That's why this game is so important. No matter what else you do, right? He wasn't really good at all. I mean, he did, but he beat OU and A&M in the last A&M Texas game.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. In College Station.
I hope we don't see any of them McCoys this weekend. Look, here's what I'm worried about for you is I'm worried about your inability to protect Arch, your inability to run the ball. Your offensive line is not what it needs to be. I think OU feasts with R. Mason Thomas, Marvin Jones Jr., and all of our dudes in the interior.
Well,
I mean, listen, I think, and I can't believe I'm saying this 2 years in the SEC, the best defensive line in the SEC. Best defensive line in the SEC.
It's really hard to argue with that.
Who would be better? Georgia?
Maybe. But, I mean, Georgia hasn't been – when I watch Georgia, it doesn't jump out like some of the previous Georgia defensive lines.
Like the ones that drafted 9 people in one draft and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, correct. When I look at the Oklahoma defensive line, first of all, we start at the edges, Arm Mason Thomas. And then the Taylor Wine kid on the other side is having a really good year too. Inside, I mean, Jaden Jackson is awesome. Yeah. He's awesome. He was awesome as a true freshman. You just don't see dominant defensive linemen. I don't know if I call him dominant, but he was outstanding as a true freshman.
He was really, really good.
He was really good.
I would say Tommy Harris good. I thought so. Is that too much?
I think it's too much because I hold that guy in just a
Another
different
level.
It's like
Still
comparing running backs to Adrian Peterson. Like,
still the best SI cover in the history for me. For as an OU fan,
I will
it's
admit,
one of the best SI covers in the history of SI.
I will admit, even as a Texas fan,
scary good.
That was a great cover.
Oh, it was so
good. It was actually a really good article about Texas in that magazine too. Yeah, 2002, right? Or was that 03?
I think it was 03.
03.
I don't think it would have been 02. I think it was 03. Yeah, that makes sense.
The 03, well, you've heard me say this, right? The OU team in 03 is the best OU team I've ever seen.
And they did not win a Big 12 championship, and they did not win a national championship.
Nothing to show for it. Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
One time when OU legend Teddy Lehman was at the Brown O'Haver Studios doing his radio show, and I told him how incredible that team was, and he looked at me, kind of shook his head, and said, "Yeah, we got nothing to show for it, though."
Yeah. You were at that game, right?
The 03 game?
Yeah. Where were you sitting when that play took place?
Well, the 03 game? No,
the OU 01 game. You were at the 01 game with Teddy.
Oh, yeah.
That was your first game ever.
First Red River Shootout game.
Was that on the Texas end?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Just a complete meltdown from Texas. This leading up to the play, right? We forced a punt. Nathan Vasher, who was an awesome player, one of the best corners who ever played at Texas, just loses his mind and fields a punt at the 3-yard line. So we're pinned back. You know the rest.
It was unbelievable.
It was. And I'm looking downfield to see where the ball's about to be thrown, and then I just see the ball in Teddy Lehman's hands run around the end zone.
Was it just a collective groan from Texas fans?
It was just...
Or silence?
It was just silence. Because we couldn't believe what had just happened.
You know what's crazy about that game is you also had that's Jason White's coming out party.
Yeah. Because Nate Hibble started the game. He gets hurt.
It gets hurt. And then we run the option.
One drive.
And it's all Texas could do. Once they
we adjusted after that one drive.
That was all we had.
That's all you needed. Yeah. We only scored a field goal. That touchdown was enough to win the game. It was 7-3 at that point.
You had Chris Sims, Roy Williams. Who was your running back? You remember?
Well, Ivan Williams, because Mac Brown did not want to play our freshman named Cedric Benson.
That doesn't happen now.
No, it shouldn't have happened then.
No, Cedric Benson was legit.
Correct. R.I.P., by the way.
Yeah. Where did he go to high school?
Midland Lee.
Oh, dude, he was Boobie Miles after Boobie Miles.
Dude, he really was. Absolutely.
No, Boobie didn't go to Midland Lee.
No, he went to Odessa Permian, but the same area. They're rival schools. 3 straight state championships in Class 5A, which was the largest classification in Texas high school football at the time. 3 straight, ran for 5 touchdowns in each of those state championship games. Just an absolute legend.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. Kevin, let's look at some other stuff here. Points per game. Oklahoma has the advantage. Here's I think is the ball game, though, from a statistical. When I go through the statistics, as long as Mateer is playing, I do not know how Texas is favored. Now, I know how Texas can win. Texas can win with turnovers, which we've seen Mateer. We're -4 in turnovers on the year. I've seen us throw interceptions. I've seen us put the ball on the ground. I know that's possible. I also know special teams weird crap can always happen in this game with special teams. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we've seen punt blocks and
listen,
punt return for touchdown, all of the above.
Jordan Shipley in my mind is when I'm having a bad dream, it's him torturing me in 2008 with that touchdown return.
Completely flipping the momentum in that game.
Completely flipping the momentum. Completely flipping my buzz to a hangover. In one single play, I went from buzzed out of my mind to completely hungover. My head hurt. I'm baked in the sun, and it was awful after that.
It was looking rough for us at that point. I mean,
well, yeah, you guys 21-3 or something like that.
14-3. You guys have went right down the field on both of your possessions. I'm like, I don't think we can keep up here.
So my point
it gave us hope. So we know how important special teams are in this game.
When I go through these statistics, I'm not saying Texas can't win because there is a pathway for Texas winning. However, the statistics are very much in OU's favor. Very much in OU's favor. So let's talk about the ones that matter in a rivalry game.
Yes.
In a rivalry game, third down percentage, 44% conversion rate for OU. Pretty good. It's okay.
Solid.
Dude, y'all are at 34%.
Yeah, it's been rough on third down.
That is no good.
Rough on third down.
And here's the problem, right? If y'all get in any kind of third down and distance with our defensive line against your offensive line, that is like compounding the problem. For you, it's
absolutely. Yeah, Texas cannot get in third and long. It cannot happen because you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well take a knee or run a draw on third down and just punt the football.
How much of the run game do you think Arch is going to employ?
It's going to be quite a bit of it.
You think it's going to be called runs?
They'll have to be. Yeah, they'll have to be. They have to do whatever it takes to keep your defense from just rushing up the field.
Yeah.
Just, because if you guys are pinning your ears back, then we're in trouble. So we have to counter that. So it's going to be some quarterback runs. I think we're going to see a lot of quick game stuff and reverses, like end arounds, things like that.
If I'm Texas, I'm concerned that Ohio State and Florida have put too much good tape out there. And so you take the game plan from Ohio State, the game plan from Florida, and the personnel for Oklahoma, and the coaching for Oklahoma. Brent Venables kind of put his money where his mouth is. I mean, this.
Oh, for sure. Calling the defense, yeah.
That's a risk. I don't know. Does Kirby Smart still call the defense?
I don't think so, no.
I mean, that just doesn't happen as much as it used to, maybe. I don't know that Bob Stoops ever called the defense.
No, he had Mike for that, and then Venables.
Yeah, so he put his money where his mouth is, and it has been dynamic. And so for Oklahoma, I mean, I'm just licking my chops defensively. Now, let's shift over offensively to Oklahoma. Well, real quick, another couple things. Oklahoma is 80% on fourth down. We've only gone 5 times, but that's great. Like, I think I would take 4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah. I mean, it's always good.
Y'all are at 5 of 12. And what's crazy is that you have had to go for it 12 times, only 5 games in. That's kind of nuts, right?
Yeah, well, the problem is I don't think they've had to go for it. I think Sark has been over-aggressive instead of just taking the points and trusting what we thought until last week was a championship-level defense. And that's what has frustrated a lot of Texas fans. Like, dude, just take the field goal. Like, it's fine.
Well, we've talked about this, man. You're in the SEC now.
Yeah.
SEC games are won with field goals. How many times? Well, and here's the thing, though. Of those 5 of 12, how many of those were in the red zone that you didn't convert?
I'm not sure. I mean, but several of them were. I mean, Ohio State, we're at the 1-yard line.
I mean, you kick 2 of those field goals, and it's a 1-point game.
Correct. And a game that ended up being a 7-point game.
Yeah.
Right? It was a touchdown game. It was very close at the end. So, yeah, we've got to be better and just more efficient. My hope, and I don't know how this is going to happen, if they can find a way to max protect and give Arch just a little bit of time, I do think we have matchups that are advantageous to our receivers over the Oklahoma secondary.
Well, let's talk about those receivers.
Okay, Parker Livingston, I think he's really good. I think he's had a great season so far. I think he's good.
Do you want him to be your number 1? Should he be your number 1?
I'm fine with him being our number 1. I do. With our receivers, though, I have some issues with the way that we're recruiting the receiver position compared to how we've done it before, compared to how Sark has historically done it.
Yeah.
For some reason, Sark has had a lot of success with smaller receivers. The 6 foot, 180,
yeah, Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy. How about going back to Alabama? Devontae Smith,
yeah,
and Jalen Waddle.
Yep.
Right? Henry Ruggs. Who's the other guy they had? I can't think of him. Oh, Jerry Jeudy.
Yep.
Right? Xavier Worthy at Texas. Matthew Golden, 6 foot, 190. And now for some reason, we've gone to a bigger body type. That seems to be his preference, and I don't know why. Wingo, 6'2", 210.
Yeah.
Livingston, 6'3", 205.
I feel like Wingo doesn't play like a 6'2" wide receiver. It's like he doesn't. Does he do a lot of those 1-on-1s on fade patterns and stuff, or are we just not seeing
really.
it yet?
I mean, he's good at the deep post. He's not a great route runner yet. It's not a great route runner.
But I'm just thinking about your fourth down issues.
Uh-huh.
And just like, why wouldn't you use a big-bodied receiver to go up against?
Just throw it up. Yeah, I don't know. They haven't used him like that. It's more deep posts and deep crossers.
Listen, here's the deal. You've got receivers, but we've got corners, and we've got safeties. And Gilroy and Gentry Williams are really, really good in coverage.
They are good. And
you don't have a Cam Williams.
There.
You don't have a Cam Coleman like Auburn.
No, Cam Coleman's. Yeah, that's.
Now, I'm not saying they're going to win one-on-one, but I think they're supported with RSJ. I think they're supported with Peyton Bowen, who's having a quietly good year. We're not getting the turnovers we wanted out of him. I think
he dropped the one against Auburn. That was they had him playing center field, confused Jackson Arnold. Should have been a pick six there.
He catches that one against Auburn, and I think that the tenor of the whole game changed.
Oh, for sure. But I don't know. That's where I feel good about the matchup. I don't feel good about us running the football. I feel really weird about pass protection, especially the left guard spot.
Yeah.
Which has been just an absolute nightmare.
Do you think you're going to see the same starter at left guard?
I hope not, but I guess based on what we've seen so far, I don't know if it matters. It's a problem. We're going to have to almost line up a tight end behind the left guards, H-back, like used to do with Lawrence Taylor back in the day.
What kind of blocking back is injuries? Or blocking
He's
tight
okay.
end?
I mean, he's not, one of those mauler types, but he gets the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
But we need him to be a receiver. We need to get him involved, and I expect him to be involved more than we've seen this weekend.
On the OU side, the question is John Mateer play? I think we both say yes.
Yes.
I think the crowd listening thinks John Mateer is playing, hopes John Mateer is playing.
Definitely hope. Definitely.
The other injury-related questions, Keontez Lewis. That's fascinating, right, if he plays? Are you fascinated by the fact that he might play after almost dying running into a brick wall?
Yes. I mean, it just looked really bad.
Look, I selfishly would like Keontez Lewis to play because I think he is a good receiver. One more weapon gives us a better chance to win the game than not. But if I'm making a business decision for Keontez Lewis, is he a senior?
I'm not sure.
If I'm making a business decision for him, aren't you thinking like maybe you sit a couple out and make sure
just make sure everything's
the brain's all right?
Correct. Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, that's a lot, right? The hit he took at Temple, skip a week, and then that scary.
Yeah, and that's the issue. The fact that this is not the first time he's had that type of injury. 2 big hits to the head,
and he played after that Temple hit.
Correct. That's just a lot.
I mean, does he have like a superhuman skull? Like, I don't understand. He doesn't even have one of those fancy like padded helmets on or nothing.
And he is listed on the OU roster as a redshirt senior. So
is he thinking to himself, "This is my last chance. I just got to go for it"?
Maybe, but sometimes you got to protect the kids from themselves because players are going to play. That's just how football players are wired.
Do you think we see Keontez Lewis?
No.
I kind of hope we don't. I want to see what Giovanni Gibson can do.
Yeah.
Talk about big-bodied receivers. That dude, it was Kent State. You can't take anything away from that. But it was good to see him out there running routes. But you still got Deion Burks. Satania is surprisingly been a stud. I'm very happy with Isaiah Satania so far.
I did tell you he'd be your leading receiver this year before the season started.
What do you feel the need to tell me everything you've already told me?
Yeah, because you don't listen. So I got to remind you that I told you these things.
Listen, I think Isaiah Satania is a stud. And then I think the X factor is Jaron Kanik. I think Jaron Kanik can be what Drake Stoops was to the 2023 game, where if they can get him involved over the middle, right, where you've got your corners having to deal with our wide receivers, spreading out, going long, going short, whatever. But Kanik is able to find that space in the zone or whatever that is, or go up against because he's got the speed to go up against your linebackers. If they want to go one-on-one, Anthony Hill maybe, but I don't know that you want Hill guarding him, do you?
And just period, it's tough to guard a receiver who's just running across the field.
Yeah.
And even with a corner, if you got a receiver, they start and they just run across the field. It's just hard, especially when there's a lot of players in between to get natural rubs and picks there. So it's just hard, and that's what his route. I mean, that's his main route is going across the middle of the field.
When you look at OU's offensive roster, aren't you looking at Kanik and going, that's the one dude that I'm not sure we have not an answer for? I mean, I think you could lock in on him, but the fact is you've got Satania, Burks, maybe Giovanni Gibson, maybe Keontez Lewis. You've got kind of going all these different, and now you got this dude that doesn't have a lot of tape out there, but it's just like
it's a concern. I think what Texas will do, because I feel like Texas can stop OU's run game with a light box, which means you can bring an extra DB on the field. So, typically most teams line up with 5 nickel, 5 DBs. I think Texas can line up with 6. They're going to feel like
they're going to go 6 DBs?
Correct.
And force us to try to run the ball?
Exactly. Yeah, and then
look, I like Torrey Blaylock. I think
with the spy.
With a spy on Mateer?
Or whoever's playing quarterback.
I like Blaylock. I
understand.
I don't know if I like him against your defensive line with our offensive line blocking.
Yeah. I think both teams can agree that running the football is going to be hard to do on Saturday.
Do you think that the old line, whoever rushes for more yards wins the game, still holds in a game where neither of us trust our running game?
Yes.
I think I might put it at which quarterback has more rush yards.
Okay, I can see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think if y'all let Mateer go a little bit, if you let him, because I don't know that I don't think they're going to call. I don't think they're going to call design runs for Mateer like they did against Michigan. I don't think they're going to risk the.
It's such a big part of the offense, though. You shouldn't, right? Especially if his hand has the opportunity to be re-injured. You don't want him running the ball and taking hits on that hand because, as you know, everybody is going to be punching at the football.
Yeah.
That just happens to be where his hand is.
Oh, no.
Right? That's just how it goes.
But couldn't you see a scenario where he's maybe not getting the call plays, but he's getting out on the edge?
Yeah. That's where the spy.
And getting out of bounds.
Yeah.
And sliding. I just think the runs up the middle that we saw against Michigan are going to be limited at best. I don't think you're going to see that as a core part of the game plan like we did against Michigan.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't think it can be. It's too risky. Just because.
And it wasn't very effective against Auburn either.
No, it really wasn't. And we don't know how he's going to be able to hold the football, how secure he can hold it while getting hit. That's what's such a big question mark about him playing. We all know how good he is.
Don't you think he can hold the ball if he can throw the ball? I feel like the thumb is really important to throwing the football.
Yeah, but of course. But, I mean, getting hit, can he protect it, right? What's it going to feel like getting hit on that thumb?
Yeah. I don't know. I like Arches. I mean, not Arches. I like Mateer's getting out, kind of giving that, he likes to throw on the run. He likes to find those crossing receivers. You're going one way, they're going the other type thing. I think that's going to be what we saw. I like what we saw in the second half against Auburn. In the second half against Auburn, we realized we're not running the ball well. So let's use our short passing game, create space for our players. I wonder if that's maybe where we finally see Jaden Ott. Is in the screen game and the slip screen game. The guy's got wiggle. We saw that. Do you think he plays, or do you think that was just an aberration?
No, I see no reason why you play him last week if you don't plan on playing him this week. And I think with this game, especially points are going to be hard to come by. You're going to have to try to establish a run game, and you're going to use whatever weapons you have to try to establish it. And he's one of them. So, yeah, I expect to see him.
But do you think it's traditional run game? I don't think it is. I don't think OU can afford to go traditional run game.
You try. You always try to establish it, right? Maybe they saw something in the Florida tape that said, hey, maybe we can do some things here.
Dude, we don't got ball.
You don't have ball.
You don't have ball. That kid looked
good. You really don't have Florida offensive line, although I think Fasusi's awesome and is going to be incredible.
Simmons, I think, is the question mark.
Okay.
Simmons did not look good.
And, I expect to see an extremely motivated Texas defense after what happened last week.
I think you'll see an extremely motivated Oklahoma offensive line after what happens against Kent State. They got exposed. They got beat up by one of the worst teams in FBS. I don't even know how many sacks Hawkins had, but we should have never even gotten to third and long against that team. We should have never even gotten to third and long against that team.
2 on Hawkins, I think 1 on
offensive line.
No, I mean Hawkins got sacked twice, and then the other your backup quarterback.
I don't care about the other. Yeah.
So I think 3 total.
But listen, I think they got exposed a little bit. They should be dude. Listen, neither one of these teams need to be motivation for this game, though, right? I mean, what are we talking about?
No, not at all. But, you can have a little bit of extra. It's like you guys in 23, right? After what happened in 22. You guys were fired up. Yes. It was a different level.
And we came out with our hair on fire.
Big time. And Texas was like, oh.
What do you think that happens, though? Do you think that can happen with Texas after going 3-2? Like, let me ask you this. Do you think if OU gets up 14-0 that Texas, is this the team that maybe says, instead of the one that comes back a la 2008?
That's a really good question. And I don't have an answer for it. I'm fascinated. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But, yeah, I'm curious to see. Because
Caleb Williams isn't coming off the bench for you guys.
Exactly. Yeah. There's no backup. I mean? Yeah. There's no backup quarterback like that. And, I don't think Arch will play like Caleb or like Spencer Rattler did. I don't see that.
Yeah.
Even though if he makes a couple of mistakes, I don't see him being that frazzled. But you never know. The Cotton Bowl is weird, man. We've seen.
Well, look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is an NFL Super Bowl champion. Did he win the MVP last year?
Super Bowl MVP? I think he did.
I think he won the Super Bowl MVP, and he
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some moments there.
There were some moments where things were a little tight. He got a little clinched.
Yeah,
he got a little clinched.
Yeah, I remember saying, "Oh, it's just like I played in the Iron Bowl. It's not the Iron Bowl.
No, it's not the Iron Bowl, bro.
No,
this is the greatest rivalry in college football.
This is different. Yeah, the fact that you're in a home game and then you're in a road game.
This ain't no War Damn Eagle. All right.
No, no other game where you feel like you're in a home game, everything is going great, and then just like that, you feel like you're on the road and everything's going against you.
Yes.
In one play. I mean, think about this. We talked about this earlier. The 2018 game, Texas is up by 21 points in the fourth quarter.
Loudest I've ever heard the stadium.
And then
loudest I've ever heard that stadium. That run by Kyler is one of the greatest runs in the history of that game.
And just like that, Texas, we're going from celebrating to, oh my goodness, are we about to blow this game?
Yeah. And then OU's thinking, we've got all the momentum on our side. We've beat them down. And all they did was go Sam Ehlinger right, Sam Ehlinger right, Sam Ehlinger right, Sam Ehlinger right, Dicker the kicker. I mean, it's a good thing Mike Stoops got fired that week.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Honestly, I'm surprised that Texas was able to get that last drive down the field.
Why? Why were you surprised? Our defense was terrible. Our defense sucked.
You had stopped us in the last two drives before that. So I was surprised. Just because when that momentum starts shifting like that, it can be hard to get it back.
Can you believe? I guess Kyler Murray got to play all twice. Thank God he got to play twice.
Yeah, the first ever, the Big 12 championship game in that kind of format.
He deserved to win because he was a heck of a player in that.
He was awesome, man.
He didn't lose that game.
Oh, no, not at all. He did have 2 turnovers, though, which shows you what that game can do to you.
100%.
Even the most talented of quarterbacks.
Okay, listen. We know we don't have to pick this game because I have Oklahoma, you have Texas. The spread doesn't matter for us, but I want to talk about the spread just for a minute. It's dropped to 1.5.
Yeah, last I checked it within an hour, and it was 1.5 still on DraftKings.
Is it still 1.5?
Yeah.
Josh Pate says that is with John Mateer playing. I find it fascinating that a 5-0, 6th-ranked Oklahoma team is a 1.5-point dog to a 3-2 Texas team that hasn't won one meaningful game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Texas can't win. That's not the point. The point is, how do you look at these two teams, their resumes, their personnel, the momentum coming and going into this game, and say Texas is favored? That blows my mind.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. The personnel, we've got some pretty good players over there.
Listen, I think you've got great players. You're 3-2. You haven't beat anybody. Colin Simmons, who we all thought might have been the best defensive player in the league, has been MIA for 5 games. I just don't know how you look at it. Again, he could show up and be Lawrence. He could show up and be Lawrence.
He was
Taylor.
pretty good against Florida.
How many sacks did he have?
None.
How many sacks did he have against DJ Lagway, including ones where DJ Lagway's all limping around and
and the interesting thing about that, and again, which leads me back to the weird game planning on both sides of the ball, they were trying to contain, and I don't understand that. First of all, Lagway is not really known as being a runner, and he was injured. He couldn't move.
Yeah.
He literally couldn't move, and we weren't even.
So that's
telling you, we were trying not to get too far. Anyway, Colin Simmons was awesome. He had 3 straight tackles for loss, literally on 3 straight plays.
Those might have been the only tackles for loss in the whole game.
Probably.
I have 87 tackles. Those might have been the only 3. My point being is, how do you look at these two teams? I don't know. I don't know what Vegas has seen. Now, historically in this game, the line is always weird. Texas fan always bets heavily on Texas. I think that drives that line number more than anything about the two specific teams, if that makes sense.
People love betting on Texas, period. It's interesting. And it's not just Texas fans.
And it's not just Texas fans.
Bigger than that, yeah.
Which is fascinating because I think you're I don't know what your against the spread numbers are historically, say the last 15 years, but I don't think they're great.
Action. I don't know. Just for whatever reason, Texas just drives a lot of action in Vegas. I don't know why.
You're going to pick Texas. I'm going to pick Oklahoma.
I am.
It's a game. It's a candy bar and Coke bet. Coke Zero, white chocolate M&M. The Hershey's white chocolate with cookie
that's
cream.
usually what we do.
All right. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors, Kevin. First of all, the Chicken Shack. We thank the Chicken Shack so much for this opportunity to come out here. It's been super fun. Ed, his entire team, it's awesome. I see a lot of people enjoying a bunch of chicken. So, Ed, if you're out there, thank you so much. And then our title sponsor. And there's a lot of these employees here tonight supporting us. Brown O'Haver. Brown O'Haver's been with us since the beginning. 405-735-5510. If you've had a loss to your home or your business that you have to file an insurance claim on, you want to call Brown O'Haver. 405-735-5510. They get you more money than you get on your own. 30 to 40% more money than you get on your own. Look, insurance claims suck. Brown O'Haver's job is to make them suck a little less, and they're very, very good at it. Give Brown O'Haver a call, 405-735-5510. Kevin, who you in for?
In for Pioneer Roofing, John. If you need a roof inspection, if you think you have some damage to it, give Pioneer Roofing a call. They'll go out, give you a free inspection, let you know if you need to file a claim, help guide you through that process. Give them a call, 405-549-2712.
Let's take a look around the country. Here's an interesting game. If you're making the drive down from Oklahoma down to 35, which will be just an absolute nightmare. You know, there's a buddy of mine. Let this sink in. I got a buddy who could not be here tonight because of soccer. Soccer is a life ruiner. All right, there's a lot of soccer dads here. Raise your hand if soccer has ruined your life at any point. Soccer dads, thank you. The soccer dads aren't paying attention. That's okay. Listen, soccer's a life ruiner.
Okay.
There's this one dude who's got games in San Antonio this weekend.
Sheesh.
That means he has to drive down I-35 and then drive back for soccer. It's the stupidest thing in the world. Anyway, on your drive down Friday night, you've got South Florida playing undefeated North Texas. Did you see this?
Yeah, and didn't, yeah.
They've got a quarterback, Drew Mestmaker. Is that how you say it?
I think.
The dude's 68% completion, 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. They're 5-0, including wins over Washington State, Army, and South Alabama. Dude, listen, North Texas, this is an opportunity going up against South Florida to maybe say we're the team that deserves to be in the college football playoff.
It's there, right? We've seen other teams kind of, South Florida did. They've got the loss.
Boise State got the loss. No, they got 2 losses.
Yeah, week 1. So, yeah, who wants this? Memphis is also in the running after them beating. I mean, obviously, Arkansas is not a good football team. They fired their coach, but they're so undefeated. They've been looking really good, too. So, it's there for the taking. Who wants it?
North Texas is a 1.5-point home dog. I don't know. I might be leaning mean green if we were picking this game.
I mean, they got the home game. Coached by Eric Morris, former Texas Tech wide receiver under Leach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Young guy, 40 years old.
All those receivers just were the same over at Texas Tech, weren't they? Outside of Crabtree.
I was going to say, there was one
outside of Crabtree.
There was one that was
outside of Crabtree. Yeah. It's like you could just insert any of those dudes in there.
How good was he, by the way?
Oh, he was one of the best receivers in the Big 12, in the history of the Big 12.
So good.
He's pretty good in the league, right? He's okay.
Yeah. He had a good career.
Mostly with the 49ers,
never was a
right?
superstar, but he was a good.
Was he mostly with the 49ers?
Yeah, Started with the Raiders, ended up with the 49ers.
The Ohio State is going to be at Illinois. Illinois is a 14.5-point dog at home. Listen, dude, this is not a typical Fighting Illini team. I don't think they beat Ohio State, but and we're going to pick this game. I think there's a probability that they keep it within 14.5. That being said, it's hard to unsee what they did against Indiana.
Seriously. I mean, they couldn't do anything on either side of the football.
So you're maybe thinking the other way? Are you thinking the other way? We'll talk about it. We'll come back to it. Alabama playing Missouri. Missouri's a 2.5-point dog at home. Look, dude, Missouri is the #1 rushing team in the country. They've got the leading rusher the SEC, maybe the country. This was the transfer kid you talked about out of Louisiana Monroe, right?
Yeah, Ahmad Hardy.
And so, look, Bama coming off of win against Georgia, win against Vandy, believe it or not, that being a big win.
It was.
Can they get up for Missouri on the road? This is what this league does to you. And this is one of those critical moments to say, is Bama, not for real, but are they like for real, right? I think Bama's a good team. I think Bama probably will be in the college football playoff. But where will they be when it all settles in the SEC? I think this is a really pivotal game for them.
It is a big game, and Missouri's got talent. They look really good so far. Eli Drinkwitz is doing a really good job there.
I hate Missouri. You understand I hate Missouri, right?
Yeah. Well, Missouri and OU got this weird kind of not necessarily.
I don't even know if I hate Missouri.
They consider you guys a rival, right?
Missouri just sits off in the periphery of like, why are they even in the SEC?
Yeah. The St. Louis market. They wanted the St. Louis. And
that's the dumbest. They're not even close to St. Louis.
I know, but they wanted Kansas City and St. Louis.
Well,
yeah,
whatever.
There's no other reason.
They're the least SEC of all the SEC teams,
for sure.
Right?
For sure.
I don't even think it's close.
No.
And now they got to be in our freaking pod. They have to be in our rivalry pod or whatever.
The online stuff between OU fan and Missouri fan, it is weird.
It gets weird.
I think they see you guys as a rival, and
I think they're absolutely delusional.
Yeah, well, you're their rival,
I guess.
It's like with Texas. It's like Texas Tech,
Arkansas. Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, y'all.
That being said, I think Mizzou gives Bama a chance. We'll pick that game probably. Pittsburgh at Florida. Pitt at Florida State. Florida State's a 10.5-point favorite. I think they bounce back, right?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, they played a very good Miami team.
Yeah, Miami looked so much more physically imposing than they did.
You know, through 3 weeks, you and I were asking ourselves, who are the teams? Nobody really has identified themselves. 6 weeks in, I think we're starting to see. I go Ohio State 1, Oregon 2, Miami 3. And I think it's those three, and then it starts to be everybody else.
A little bit of a drop-off, right?
Which is interesting because no SEC teams are there.
Yes, correct.
Now, Ole Miss is at 4 in the polls, and
A&M right behind them at 5.
A&M at 5, OU at 6. But I like Ole Miss's quarterback.
Yes.
I like Chambliss. He scares the crap out of me. I don't want to play that kid because he's just running around like a free and then throwing for 300 yards, running for 150. Like, I don't want any part of that. I need to see a little more from Ole Miss. I don't know who they play this week. I don't know if they even have.
I don't know if they do. I mean, I don't.
They might be on a bye. Oh, here it comes. Next play, Washington State. They have Washington. They'll roll Washington State.
Ole Miss is playing Washington State.
Yeah. Wazoo at Ole Miss. They're a 32.5-point favorite.
That is so weird. Okay.
So we won't learn anything from that game.
No.
But we'll learn in a couple weeks when
they come to Norman. Yeah.
A couple weeks, right?
October 25th.
Indiana at Oregon. The aforementioned Oregon Ducks are a 7.5-point favorite. It's weird to think that Indiana is in a big-time matchup with anybody, let alone Oregon, but they're there. This is the Cignetti coach. He thinks he knows what he's doing. He thinks he's got a squad. He thinks he's got an offense. Listen, dude, I don't know.
It's pretty fascinating. Can they handle the environment at Autzen? Right? Are we going to see a bunch of false starts and pre-snap penalties, just them being frazzled?
Autzen's an awful place to play. It looks awful.
It does. So can they handle that? I'm really curious to see, obviously, Oregon rolling after that big win over Penn State. I think we both think Oregon's the best team in the country.
Look,
it's a good test for both teams.
Oregon gets them at home, which is to their advantage. They don't have to go back on the road again. But Indiana gets them in a pretty decent spot coming off that Penn State win. As highly ranked as they are, everybody's talking about them. I don't think it's going to be a pushover. I mean, look, Indiana was whatever they did in the playoff game against Notre Dame. They were in a playoff game.
Correct. They were in a playoff game, and that's a tough spot going on the road in that first playoff game.
I think every playoff game should be on the road until it gets to the finals. I wish every playoff game, maybe not the semifinals, but those home environments were awesome.
Correct.
Can you imagine it would be unbelievable.
It'd be awesome. Yeah.
All right, where are we at? Virginia Tech and Georgia, the battle of the technical schools. Georgia Tech is a 14.5-point favorite. Michael Vick is not walking through that door.
Not at all.
Michael Vick is not walking through that door.
No, unless he's going to come and be their head coach.
You remember the one video where Michael Vick, it was like a Gatorade or a Nike commercial, and he throws the ball out of the stadium?
Yes.
That's still one of the best
commercials.
That was before AI. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was like,
great.
Dude, did he really do that? Like, you had to think about it.
You had to really think.
You're like,
because it's Mike Vick, right? What can he do?
Well, he can't avoid jail time.
Yeah, well, he's stayed out since.
Yeah, good. Hey, good for him, dude. Rehabilitation. I'm all for it. That doesn't bother me.
Shout out Mike Vick.
You think he's still celebrating? He's still celebrating Virginia Tech. They still love him, right?
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah.
How do you think Marcus feels about his brother?
I'm sure he loves his brother. It didn't work out for Marcus, but it has nothing to do with his brother.
Yeah, I agree with that. NC State at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's going to – well, I don't know. I say that. NC State – this is an interesting – look, Notre Dame's a better team.
23.5-point spread.
NC State beat Virginia. They're the only team to beat Virginia.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad NC State team like we've seen in the past.
No, it's
but
not.
Notre Dame wins the game,
different
right?
level of player at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's going to screw around and get in the playoff.
Yes, even with the 2 losses, yeah.
Iowa State at Colorado. Colorado's a 2.5-point home dog. Arkansas at Tennessee. Tennessee's only an 11.5-point favorite at home. I find this fascinating with Arkansas having lost their coach.
Maybe they think that they'll come out really motivated with a new coach, Bobby Petrino in charge. Made a bunch of staff moves, which was interesting that he had the power to do that.
What kind of clown-run athletic department is Arkansas that they're rolling out Bobby Petrino as their interim head coach?
Guys, you can do better than that.
Look, dude, leave him as the offensive coordinator, I guess. First of all, I don't think you should have ever brought him back as the offensive coordinator.
No, I thought that was really odd.
But just make
it was setting up for this to happen.
It's so stupid.
We saw this coming. We talked about it in the offseason.
It's so stupid. Look, he's already there. I get it. maybe you can't undo that, but you just make the defensive coordinator the head coach, and you avoid all of this criticism.
Absolutely.
But instead, all you're going to see is pictures of him in a stupid neck brace with his girlfriend that fell off a motorbike.
They both did.
That was awesome. That's so classic Arkansas.
It's classic. It's classic college football. It really is.
I love every minute.
Only
of
in college football would you have something like that.
Look, dude. Here, Florida coming off their big win against Texas, going to A&M. I think we both agree A&M's a 7.5-point favorite. We're going to pick this game. I think we both agree we want A&M to throw up on themselves, right?
Yeah, we're rooting for
We're rooting for Florida, right?
Yeah, I like Florida. I don't like what they did to us last week. My goodness. But we both have been fans of DJ Lagway, Jaden Ball as well.
Yep.
Was
Dallas Wilson?
Oh my God! I told you.
I mean, is he that dude? Is he that kind of dude?
Listen to me. I told you on Sunday. It looked like Billy Napier flew to Columbus, Ohio, kidnapped Jeremiah Smith, put him in a Gators uniform, and put him out there against Texas. That's what he looked like. I've never seen a true freshman in their first college game look so physically dominant in his first game.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did to Texas corner Kobe Black, he just ran right through him. Kobe Black is 6'2". Put his hand right through and pushed him down to the ground, caught the ball, and then shrugged
Probably thought he was in high school.
Shrugged off Jelani McDonald and Michael Taft on the way to the end zone.
That's unbelievable. We're going to pick this game. A&M's a 7.5-point favorite. I'm still not sold on Marcel Reed, but A&M as a whole,
they look
like a good team.
Correct. I am sold on Mario Craver and KJ Concepcion.
You love KJ. You just like saying KJ Concepcion.
No, I wish
like
I was
every time you say Concepcion, you're like, oh, I'm from San Antonio, so I can say Concepcion.
I didn't pronounce it like that. I wish that they were catching passes for Texas because that's the kind of guy. That's the kind of guy we used to get in the portal.
A&M outbid you
up until last season.
A&M outbid you. Kansas at Tech, Texas Tech. Texas Tech also the real deal. 13.5-point favorite.
Yeah, they appear to be a serious team this year. Very serious.
I do not like. Look. I think Texas Tech's figured out the portal and figured out.
Oh yeah, they play the game of modern college football. They play it very well.
I don't know if they're good enough in the trenches to compete in the SEC or in the playoff, but it's looking more and more like they're going to win the Big 12.
But they're the best team in the trenches in that conference.
But they don't match up with the Big 10 and the SEC yet.
Depends on who they're playing from the SEC.
Do they match up with A&M?
I think it'll be interesting.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. They've got some dudes, man.
Which quarterback are they playing? Are they playing the kid that scored all the points against Utah? Or
That's
they go back
question.
To I don't even know.
I imagine they went back to Baron Morton. I think they're going to keep rolling with him. But who knows?
Yeah.
And it's a good problem to have.
They're a 13.5-point favorite. We're not picking that game. Georgia at Auburn. Speaking of War Eagle going up against the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia licking their wounds after their loss to Bama.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a good spot for Auburn. Auburn struggled all year. Georgia's going to be nasty and mean and pissed off. I just don't see a scenario where Jackson Arnold rises to the occasion against a Kirby Smart defense.
And for them, it's unfortunate because that appears to be their biggest weakness right now is him and his lack of ability to get rid of the football. As he's processing slow, you can still see flashes from him, right?
But why isn't Hugh Freeze giving him called passes? Why isn't he just saying, you're throwing it here? You're taking 3 steps and throwing
That's a really good question. Well, because they want to get the ball downfield to Cam Coleman.
But the same thing happened with Oklahoma, right? When Seth Luttrell was they were letting him make decisions. They were letting him run RPO. And it was like he made literally the wrong decision every single time he had an opportunity to make a decision.
Yeah.
You have to take the decisions out. We think he has an arm, right? He's a 5-star talent.
Yeah, well, yeah. He can throw the football.
But just let him just go. You don't even get to pick. Here's the route. You're throwing it here, open or not. It will be better than giving him the decision.
Yeah, just because he seems to just lack that internal clock that most quarterbacks have. I got to get rid of the ball now. I have to either step up and run, throw it away.
You'd almost wish he felt rushed. You almost wish, if you're an Auburn fan, you wish you felt rushed.
That's why I felt good about Arch in the first few games because he was rushing through his progressions. And I see why he was because he probably knew what he had at the offensive line. He's like, wait till we play a really good team.
Yeah.
And I think with Florida or with Ohio State in the Texas-Ohio State game, Ohio State didn't know how bad Texas was going to be up front.
Yeah.
They didn't prepare for it like Florida prepared for it. They know. So, he's got to get through his progressions quicker. And Hugh Freeze and Sark is kind of doing the same thing. He's calling the offense that he wants to have. not the offense that he actually has.
Right. He wants to get down. He's not. What's the right word? Catering it to his players.
Correct. Or at least to his quarterback or his offensive line.
Yeah.
Sark's doing the same thing. He's calling these deep developing routes because we have the guys
to run deep developing
routes, but we don't have the offensive line, and neither does Auburn. And you don't have the quarterback with the awareness to step up. He just literally freezes on the spot and gets hit.
We are not picking this game. I would take Georgia to cover. Wouldn't you take Georgia to cover 3.5?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's an interesting spread, by the way. 3.5. I know it's in Auburn.
I don't know,
but still, Auburn's a great environment. And this is the oldest rivalry in the South, right? That's what they call it.
Maybe it's interesting. I don't know how interesting it is. I'll tell you what. The next one on the list is Michigan at USC. I think the crowd would love it if I went on a Lincoln Riley absolutely sucks rant. I think this is the time for it. I hope Michigan beats the absolute crap out of USC. I hate Lincoln Riley. I hate everything he's about. I hate USC, and I hope they absolutely get rolled by Michigan. Do you think it happens?
No.
You think USC beats Michigan?
I don't think they get rolled.
Where's this game at?
At the Coliseum.
There will be 30 people there watching this game.
It won't be sold out.
You've got literal blue bloods. You have literal blue bloods playing. If this is anywhere south or east of the Mississippi or south of whatever, this is a ginormous game.
Yeah, if it's in Oregon.
We're sitting here talking about Michigan. We're sitting here talking about Michigan, USC.
Correct.
It's like
Yeah. You see the spread?
I think Michigan beats them.
I think they beat them too.
They've started rolling, man. They've started rolling a little bit.
Underwood, we'll see. I love the talent. You know that.
What's it? The running back just keeps breaking off these long runs, and you're telling me weird. USC won't have run bust?
They'll have one because Michigan gets one against everybody.
Yeah.
It seems like every game he goes 20 carries for like 50 yards, but he has that 175-yard run.
Yeah. Well,
we know they'll keep running it, and they'll keep running it, and they'll keep running it.
I hope he has 10 of them against USC. I hate
again,
USC.
Another interesting spread, though.
South Carolina at LSU. LSU's a 9.5-point favorite. South Carolina is such a disappointing story. It's like you feel bad for Lenora Sellers.
I know, I honestly do, because we expected a lot from them this year.
They're not worth a flip.
And it's not. No, it's from week one. It hasn't clicked.
But it's still going to be interesting because I'm not sure how good LSU is right now.
Neither am I. I certainly don't trust that offense, and the defense. I don't know. The offense hasn't been there all year, though.
We're picking this game. It's 9.5-point spread. Or we're not picking it. I would tend to lean LSU historically, but I don't know if LSU can score enough points to win by 9.5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do they win?
But can South Carolina score points, period? Right?
Do they win 24-14? I guess they can.
They can. But, yeah, just what we've seen. I mean, now, look, they played some good teams, right? They beat Virginia Tech. They beat South Carolina State. Lost to Vanderbilt 31-7. And then lost to Missouri 29-20 on the road. So I don't know. Then they beat Kentucky 35-13. So, and this game is in Baton Rouge. That's what's hard about it for South Carolina. 6:45.
Oh my gosh! What? Whatever. BYU at Arizona.
They get a lot of night. We're about to say that. Complain about LSU.
They get a lot of night games.
They do get a lot of night games.
It's like when other teams get punished. Like OU's getting punished by South Carolina sucking. We're getting like an 11 a.m. kick. We're getting an 11 a.m. kick because South Carolina sucks.
Yeah.
South Carolina sucks, and LSU gets a night game.
Yeah. And the 11 o'clock game, you don't want that on the road. Take the 2:30 game on the road.
No, it's miserable.
Yeah.
It's just miserable all the way around. We'll talk enough about that next week. BYU at Arizona. Arizona's a 1.5-point favorite against a ranked BYU team.
You said Arizona?
That's what I've got.
Arizona State. That's interesting.
Am I wrong?
No. I had to look.
Well, I can double check.
No. I believe you. That's very interesting.
Here,
I think we both like BYU, but them being a dog. It's on the road, though. I mean, Arizona always has one of those crazy, explosive offenses, so maybe they feel like they can spread out and get some things done.
Yeah. BYU is 18th in the country, and Arizona's a 1.5-point.
Well,
No, I got it wrong. BYU's a 1.5-point favorite.
Okay, that
but
makes
it is
sense.
at Arizona.
It is in Arizona, though. Okay.
It is at Arizona.
All right. Yeah, it is a close spread, though, for a ranked team like BYU.
Joe Young, friend of the show, Joe Young, says that BYU's linebackers are the best two linebackers in the country.
That's interesting.
I think it's a little homerism. I think there's a little homerism there, but it's an interesting take.
Yeah, it is. It is. I haven't watched BYU that closely. I've seen them
They
play.
got to be like some Polynesian dudes, right?
I have no. That's a good question.
They're like sumo wrestlers out there playing.
They've had some pretty good linebackers. I mean, Fred Warner comes to mind. He was awesome.
He's still awesome.
Still awesome. Yeah.
He was on the Manning cast last night.
Oh, was
or
he?
2 nights ago. He was great.
Yeah. He's a great football player.
He was great. The Manning cast was. Listen, dude. When Trevor Lawrence fell down and then tried to get up and fell down again,
yeah.
and then got up and run and scored a touchdown, that was like some of the best Manning cast moment.
I need to look that up. What a bizarre play.
Oh, it was so dumb.
Kansas City, they keep losing those kind of games. The games that they always win, they always have those crazy lucky breaks.
Listen, dude.
It's not happening for them this year.
You ever see The Natural?
Yes.
With Robert Redford, rest in peace. I think Taylor Swift is turning into the character played by the blonde. I can't think of her name right now. But the bad luck character. And even her uncle thinks she's bad luck. And when Robert Redford, Roy Hobbs, starts dating her and the team just falls to pieces, I think this is the Taylor Swift effect.
So the Super Bowl they won while they were dating,
that was like no, they weren't even like committed.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Okay.
But they did get a Super Bowl. You're right. Okay. But maybe it's this album, though. Maybe the album's throwing everything off. My daughter thinks the album's mid.
I think.
What does Casey think about the album?
I
know she bought
really
it.
likes the
I know
album.
she bought it.
Yeah, she did.
Casey is the target market for Taylor Swift.
She loves Taylor Swift. They're the same age. She's been listening to her since album number 1.
Casey, if you're out there, chime in.
Yeah, she loves it. No, she likes the album. She thinks it's great. Yeah.
The young kids think it's mid, Casey. I'm just letting you know.
I don't think it's for them. It seems kind of like millennial based.
Really?
You might like it.
I like her original stuff.
Here's the thing,
you give me Country Taylor, and I'm all over Country Taylor.
Really? Okay.
Oh, dude, Tim McGraw? What are you talking about, man?
All right. Well, shout out
our song's the Slam and Screen Door. I'm all over it, man.
Okay, that's great. I didn't know you.
But it's just like that other stuff, though.
You don't
like
like
in
the
the
pop.
middle.
She's pop now. It's full pop. But she's not a bad luck charm. Travis Kelce's just old.
Travis Kelce is old.
Yeah. He's 36 years old playing in the NFL.
And
he's not a quarterback.
And their offensive line looks a little old. They
got some young players, though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
He's just old.
ASU at Utah. Utah's 6.5 point. Utah is 4-1 unranked. ASU, what's the spread there? Yeah, -6. We'll update that to -6. We're not picking it, so it doesn't matter. All right. Here's our games. Ohio State, Illinois. Kev, who you got?
Ohio State. Julian Sand has been really good, and I think they roll.
Dude, I don't want to go with you, but I'm going to take Ohio State. Bama, Missouri. Missouri is a 2.5 point dog at home.
Roll Tide.
Roll damn Tide.
I think
all right.
Kalen DeBoer is reminding us all why he got the job in the first place.
I'm picking Missouri. They're at home in that rush game. Running and defense travels. I don't want to. South Carolina has gotten incredibly easier to me, and Missouri's gotten incredibly harder.
Completely agree.
And I think they got Bama in a really good spot coming off those 2 big wins. I think there has to be a letdown, and this might be the game for Alabama.
I think they just got to get through this one more game. I think the schedule eases up a little bit for Alabama, so they got to get it done.
You're saying you think they can stay focused one more game?
I think they can, yeah.
I just think it's hard on the road, so we'll see. Indiana, Oregon, clash of the Titans in the Big Ten at Autzen Stadium. Oregon is a 7.5 point favorite.
I want to see some chaos here. I would love for Indiana to go on the road and upset Oregon. I just don't see it. Oregon seems locked in, right? They seem like a very serious team.
That's because Dan Lanning's on cocaine. He's more locked in than any coach in the country.
He is.
He is locked in on that cocaine.
His players.
He's got the yayo going all different ways right now.
His players feed off his energy.
He's like the Wolf of Wall Street in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, the locked in is so chemically induced. It's unbelievable. That being said, I don't disagree with you. I'm taking Cignetti to cover. I think Cignetti covers. They might win.
Look, he continues to surprise us. Him and his program.
I'm taking Indiana.
You're picking them to win outright.
No, I'm thinking to cover.
Okay, now I'm going to go with Oregon. Dante Moore, that running game.
You love Dante Moore.
I do. Yeah,
you're like his best friend. Florida.
Real quick. Let me correct something I said. I said the schedule eased up for Alabama.
No, it doesn't ease up.
They play Tennessee next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Then they play South Carolina after that. So
no, I think
this gauntlet, this stretch for them kind of reminds me of Texas in 08. Yeah, when they had to play Oklahoma, Missouri, Oklahoma State, and then Texas Tech.
Yeah, back when Oklahoma State still had a football team.
And they were really good too.
Yeah.
So 4 top 10 opponents.
Florida versus A&M. A&M a 7.5 point favorite on the road. I mean, not at home. 7.5 point favorite at home.
Part of me thinks Florida just falls back to earth after this, but I think they cover. I think that running game, I've seen some weaknesses in the A&M run defense, and they fixed them, but Mississippi State is not that type of running team. I think they get the running game going, and they have that same kind of game plan to try to control the clock like they did against Texas.
You're picking Florida to cover.
I'm picking Florida to cover.
I don't want to pick A&M, but I'm picking A&M. I think Florida is going to have a really hard time going back-to-back Texas and Texas A&M.
It's tough.
And then you have to travel on the road. Kyle Field, look, whether it's a hard place to play or it's a loud place to play.
It's loud.
I don't know how hard it is. I mean, their record at home is not amazing.
No, it's not.
But I just think in this game for Florida, A&M's getting them in a good spot. All right, listen, dude. Those games were nice. I appreciate the fact that we talked about them, but they don't matter. They mean nothing. We got the game this weekend. Give me your final thoughts on the OU-Texas matchup, or as you would prefer, the Texas-OU game.
Texas-OU game.
Dallas.
Yes,
real quick, just a note. You saw it's Herbie and Fowler calling the game?
I did not. No, I wasn't sure if they were going to be in Eugene or not.
No. Well, no, because that's going to be a Fox game.
That's Fox game, right?
I don't think it's Big Noon. That'd be nuts if it's Big Noon.
No, I think Big Noon is something else. I don't know
which
one
it is. Big Noon, Indiana, Ohio State?
That would make more sense, yeah.
Okay, but yes. But I think they say he's calling it.
That's great.
What is the flight, though, from Oregon to – because game day's in Oregon, right?
Oh, my, yeah.
Dude,
is he going to leave early?
I know he's going to want to be there for the picks, right?
I mean, Corso's not there anymore, so he doesn't – I don't know. That's very interesting.
What do you think the flight time is from Autzen to Dallas? He's probably got to go Love Field, right? It's got to be a 2.5-hour flight.
Yeah.
Dude, it ends at 11 o'clock local, and the game kicks off at 2:30. You think he's got to be there by 2?
You would think so.
That's kind of close,
yeah,
bro.
I mean, how are you going to – because he's got to get through traffic.
He's got to get the dogs. The dogs got to get up there.
Be there. Even a police escort getting from the airport to the Cotton
Bowl.
Dude,
listen, I'm getting a police escort.
Are you?
There's so many police escorts at OU, Texas. It's unbelievable.
But it's still not
rad.
fast.
Do you know how rad a police escort is?
I've only had that during like a funeral procession. So that's
rest in peace.
Yeah, that's all I know about that.
Listen, I get it every year at OU, Texas. It's awesome.
I didn't realize you guys had that.
Yeah, because it's with the alumni club. And
I didn't realize you had a police escort, though. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, and I love, like, the coordination of the cops. You know, it's like chips.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You got Eric Estrada out here just, like, directing stuff.
Correct.
It's fantastic. Okay, all that's just a little nugget. Final thoughts, OU, Texas. Texas wins, and why?
Texas wins because they shut down OU's offense, regardless of if Mateer plays or not. They shut down the running game. They limit Mateer being able to create plays off script, and they get just enough from the passing game to win the football game.
Oklahoma wins because John Mateer plays. Oklahoma wins because our defense gets to arch, and it is very reminiscent of an early 2000s Brent Venables-led defense of what we used to do against Applewhite, what we used to do against Sims, what we used to do at early Vince Young, where we would just get to you and just really beat you up.
Yeah.
We just would really beat you up. And I feel like that's what this defense can do. And so I think Mateer plays, OU's defense beats up Arch, OU wins. You have a score.
I do. 23-20, Texas.
23-20. Last second kick?
Nah.
Oh, you're saying get out early and OU kind of has to come back?
No. We score a touchdown to win.
Stop. Dude, you're not coming.
You think we're scoring a touchdown?
You're not scoring a touchdown to win the game.
Why not?
Dude, have you seen your quarterback? Yeah. Have you seen your offensive line?
Yeah.
Dude, you're out of your mind.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You're out of your mind. Listen, right. Oklahoma wins.
We'll talk Sunday.
We will talk Sunday. Mm-hmm. We will talk Sunday. Look, we've done this show. We're 1-1. This is kind of a grudge match.
Yeah.
I picked, and the one win we had, I picked the score.
You did. You spot on.
And I'm going to pick it spot on again, and it's going to be Oklahoma 24-13.
24-13.
Whatever the spread happens to be. They blow the spread out of the water.
Well, all you do is win.
OU 24-13, Dallas, Texas, October 11th at 6 o'clock p.m. John Mateer is going to be wearing a golden hat.
Nah, I think it's going right back to Austin, where it belongs.
Listen, dude, I will say this about Manning. I would make like a forehead joke, but I don't think his forehead's as big as his uncle's.
No, he doesn't got that one.
He's got his mom's forehead, thank God.
Thank God for him.
I think he might have his mom's arm, though, too.
No,
that's the concern.
He's got a cannon, dude. No, Arch's got the arm, dude. He's got to protect him.
Kevin, this has been awesome.
Arch from week 1 to week 5, it's going to keep happening. Just watch. It's going to keep improving.
This has been awesome. The Chicken Shack has been awesome. Big thank you to the Chicken Shack. Big thank you to everybody that showed up today. We really appreciate everybody being here. Awesome environment. Kevin, Have a fantastic OU Texas game. Boomer!
Hold on.
Boomer! Texas! There you go. That's all you had to hear, Kevin.
Hold on. Before we get done.
What are you talking about before we get done? That's how we were going to close it out.
No. I just want to say happy birthday, man. Huh.
Thank you. It is my birthday. Listen, if you want to know why my self-worth is so tied to the OU Texas game, it's because my birthday is always around OU Texas.
That could be
It's either a good year or an incredibly crappy year. Now, this one wasn't too crappy. I don't know why. It ended up being okay. But it can be crappy. But I think this year is going to be a good year. I think my 48th year on the earth is going to be good because of John Mateer. Well, I think my hopes and dreams are pinned on a 21-year-old, and I'm okay with that as long as he's John Mateer.
Well, the real MVP here is Alice because she has to deal with you.
Listen, let me tell you what Alice got for my birthday. You know what Alice got me for my birthday?
What's that?
A smoking hot dress for OU Texas. She's going to be competing with sorority chicks, and she's going to be looking damn good. All right. I'm fired up. I am fired up.
Alice Young bringing the heat to Dallas.
She's tired of me looking at the sorority chick. She wants me to look at her, and she did it. She pulled it off.
All right.
Can I do a boomer and we close this thing out?
Yeah, you're welcome for the birthday shout out, by the way.
Thank you for the birthday shout out. Kevin, have a great week. Enjoy OU Texas. Don't enjoy it too much. I hope you're miserable. Boomer!
Hook 'em.